See, I listened to the audience, and I don't know if you guys remember when I got recommended the Lattafa Vintage Radio, which is Initio's Paragon clone. I really liked how this bottle looked. I didn't know that there was a whole lineup of different fragrances that have this type of presentation on it. So, in Cuba fashion, I wanted to end off the year with a bang. So what did I do? I bought all the ones that were available.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening!
Oh, shit. In typical Cuba fashion, don't know anything about the fragrances. Hopefully I can look up what potential clones they are if I can't spot them nasally. Yeah, I bought too much, and this is like a fraction of the stuff that I bought. Like, it was a haul. But let's get into some first impressions. Let's roll my music so we can get into this Lattafa Pride haul with all these funky looking bottles.
We're all alone. In case you cared, out of all your friends, I want to be Cuba.
Bless you, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. It's your boy, C to the U to the B to the A. I've been drinking today, but I've been drinking since early, so my turn up is coming down.
So you're drinking with a purpose.
But it's all good though, because we don't need to be sober to smell fragrances. I pulled out my amazing box cutter, the coolest box cutter you ever seen. It's got a magazine in it. Isn't that sick? I know you're gonna want one. I'll put an Amazon link below if you want. But look, boom, box cutter here. So let's just jump right into it. I went a little crazy. I went to Fragrance Buy and started seeing all these fragrances available. So I just add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. Before I knew it, I had 6 fragrances from the Lattafa Pride line. I guess that's what this thing is called because they all say Lattafa Pride. I mean, in all actuality, maybe all Lattafas say Lattafa Pride. But either way, thought they looked cool, so let's start with La African. La African Drummer. Reminds me of like a little bit of a Cuban vibe, like an Afro-Cuban vibe. So this really like hits home. Like this looks like some of the paintings that I used to have in the house back in the day, hanging on the wall that my grandmother's sister used to give her from Cuba. And I believe one of the artists that was doing the paintings was like a cousin of ours, so that's pretty dope. So La African, I'm assuming they should have called it La African Drummer. I would have called it La Africana or something, you know what I'm saying? Here's what the joint looks like. It looks kind of like a lighter or whatever. It opens up like so, and then we pull out the bottle. Let's see how nice this one looks. Very nice, I like it. Beautiful artwork. La African Drummer. I don't know why they say why do they put like La Africana or something, like La African Drummer? Just sounds weird. I don't know anything about the fragrance. If it intrigues me, I'll look up some notes. If it sucks balls, then nobody gives a shit about it anyway. But we're gonna get first impressions on all these fragrances. You know me, king of first impressions, king of blind buy. Who needs specifics? Nobody, because this is like the fragrance for dummies channel. La African Drummer. Let's see what kind of energy we're on with this fragrance. Femme, white floral, slightly fruity, definitely has very minimal masculinity in this fragrance. Nor do I get any kind of like La Africana energy. Like I don't feel like nothing. Floral, sweet, femme, uber femme, maybe a little bit of like a peach or lychee kind of sensation there. Pretty, but doesn't blow me away. It's 1000% feminine. It doesn't smell bad. It's just not for me, but would I like to smell it on a shorty? Yeah, it wouldn't put me off. It's just nice. That's it. Next one. Put that back in because you know that's getting gifted. All right, so the next one, I'm just picking these at random. Embrace. So here's what the Embrace presentation looks like. Same motif. Pop this joint open. I'm gonna have a mess everywhere. These booklets everywhere. Embrace. Also, very nice. Good looking bottle. I like what Lattafa's doing with this whole lineup. I don't know what this is supposed to symbolize. Are we Illuminati? I don't know. I don't know what the hell this is. I'm saying embrace, but it's a dude kind of holding his hands like such, so I don't know. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean, but what's up with the scent though? Whoa, that is... Ooh, gotta take off the shades for this. Mature is the first word that comes to mind with this fragrance. Classical man, a little bit of a shaving foam barbershop action, incense, lavender, green, definitely fougere, classical older gentlemanly vibe. There's something here a little bit mossy as well. Like there's green, like green pine kind of, and there's a little bit of a mossy, damp, earthish kind of smell here. Definitely of a classical nature. This is not something that a gentleman under the age of 40 years old would be pulling off. Unusual. There's also something here that's reminiscent of something else note-wise. I can't necessarily pinpoint what else it is. There's one particular thing that's not bad, but kind of, I'm iffy about it. Not a bad fragrance at all. Very classical, very gentlemanly, mature, handsome, debonair, not off-putting, but not mass appeal in any way. I would say this is interesting, but 40 plus, definitely on the more mature, fougere vibes, green, mossy, slightly mentholic, incensey barbershop shaving foam sensation. Embrace, classic dude, not bad. Next one. Next one is Arts of Arabia. Okay, here's the box of Arts of Arabia. Now this one's a little different. This one opens up like a book. plastic book. Very nice. Wow. I'm impressed by these bottles, honestly. I think they were all in that 40-ish, sub $50 space. Cool looking, man. 3D, very funky. I mean, somebody would think this is high-end niche shit. Again, don't know what this is trying to come off, but presentation wise so far, I really like the artistic approach that they took with these lines. So Art of Arabia 3, this one is. Familiar. It is not a direct clone of something, and they really went eclectic with this line. Very unusual. Like, I can't pinpoint one specific clone or direct correlation between these fragrances and another one. Maybe they're going more towards the original side instead of the inspired expressions, but they're also not mass appeal. This one is confusing. This one, let me see if I can look up notes. Let me respray this joint. It's very confusing. I did find the notes, but even the notes are confusing to me. So it says Davana, Olabdanum, Bergamot, dates, tuberose, tobacco, sandalwood, tonka bean, myrrh, labdanum, patchouli, and vanilla. I'm not moved by it. It's okay. Kind of all over the place. Like, there is no smooth transition between notes. They all seem very jumbled on top of each other. This might be one of those fragrances that needs to sit on a shelf and macerate, or trying to find its own identity off of your skin to determine what it's finally gonna smell like. But in all actuality, there's nothing that's moving me about this fragrance. There's nothing that's super inviting or ultra sexy or even unique. Like, at least the first one knew what it was trying to be. It's feminine, it's floral, it's sweet, it's nice, it's cute. The following one is a classical fougere, gentlemanly type vibe. This one is just kind of a bit of a mess. It might be something that I have to try on skin, but I like to get like that first impression essence out of this, and it just feels a little bit uninteresting and kind of whatever. I love the presentation, love it, but the scent itself is just subpar. Next one. All right, Raw Human. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. It's like a horrible dad joke. All right, this one does open like the other Pride boxes. Raw Human. I hope Raw Human hits, because so far I'm not super impressed by this line, to be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it all the way 1,000. Look at this shit. I love the presentations. Just the fragrance scents that they used. I mean, I like that they're going unique, different, and straying away from the typical Lattafa scents. That's dope. But the scents that they chose, fucking tens of thousands, if not maybe more, hundreds of thousands of scents. Like, why go this route? Raw Human, much better. Leather, tobacco, smoky, sweet, raspberry in that Tuscan leather space, but a little bit more aggressive. This is handsome. I like this. Yeah, it's a raspberry leather, a little bit more rawhide-ish. Like, you can kind of smell the fur against the grain. Mild sweetness, could be in that raspberry cranberry-ish type space. Is sweet with a little bit of a sour note. That I like. That is actually the best one out of them so far. This one is interesting. This definitely has to go on the skin. I like this one though. So yeah, this is not Tuscan leather 1-to-1, but in that bubble. Raw Human so far, that's gonna go on skin. So we'll put that one to the side and let's move on to the next one. All right, the next one is Affection. Here we go with Affection. Weird looking bottle, same motif. See what this bottle looks like. Okay. Love and Affection, maybe? All right, so far, guys, I'm gonna be completely honest. Nothing has blown me away. Only one has truly caught my attention, but there's still time to redeem itself, hopefully. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I like this. There's a vibe too. Okay. I spoke too soon. Got that Play-Doh-ish vibe that I like. Nice white florals here. There's kind of a heliotrope-ish powdery kind of vibe here. So the notes on this one are listed as Cassius buds. The hell is that? Pistachio and hazelnut, followed by Lily of the Valley, raspberry, and jasmine. I don't know what that combination is, but there's also a little bit of a creamy peanut butter-ish undertone there. Like a light nuttiness, but like a spread. Like there's a little bit of a granular peanut butter-ish vibe subliminally there. It's either that or I'm having a stroke, but this I like. Unisex. The floral here is almost too femme, but it's got a, I like this joint. This smells good. I'll put this on the skin. This will put this aside. So Affection or Love and Affection. That's not bad actually. Let's move that one over. And the final one is Art of Arabia #1. Very fancy. Got that chromed out box and shit. Watch this one be like the banger, like the, oh, we got one. Also, dope looking bottle. Bam. 3D-ish. This is fucking fly, bro. The presentations on all of these hit beautifully. The scents though, Art of Arabia 1. Come on, bro. Let's knock it out of the park with this one. Let's do some redemption here. Oh, it's changing. Strong sour citrus. Oh, it's changing quick actually. A lot of lemon, lime, orange, tangerine, bergamot opening, vetiver, dry, citric, little extra on the sour. Neroli or petitgrain, one of those. Not bad. Leaning towards childish tendencies. That babyish cologne, the petitgrain / neroli, whatever combination there with the citrus is definitely coming up quite quick. It's changing into a infantile scent profile, in my opinion. Nice, pleasant, not my particular cup of tea. You know, I'm gonna be a buck honest with you. Not one of these fragrances has blown me away. Scent profile, I love the presentations. I love the thought process that went into it. Lattafa really steered away from its traditional format, and I do appreciate that from an artistic point of view. But for a motherfucker to spend bread, right? I was looking for some bangers, some matatang fucking crazy sexy bombs. They went so far left. I don't know what the thought process is. There might be a story behind these fragrances based on presentation and all that, but not a book that I want to read because I'm dyslexic as shit and I probably wouldn't understand it anyway. So let me go on skin with Raw Human, which is pretty much the most desirable one, the most likable one for me in my taste. Raw Human. I'm gonna give this one a try, and I'm gonna go second with Affection. Affection would be number 2, and then number 3 would be Embrace, and that's really pretty much it. Nothing else is kind of calling my attention. So right here, we're gonna start off with Raw Human. It's Raw Human that I'm gonna smell now. It's a bold leather raspberry blend, not Tuscan leather. Very diesel though. Like, this seems like it would have a very solid head of performance on it. Pause. Ultra masculine. This is good. I like this one. 1 out of 6. Masculine, bold, dark, rich, leather, fur, sweet, bitter. This is good. I like this one. Raw Human, definitely a thumbs up. Let's try now Affection. A little funky and burnt off my skin. There's something unusual that is not cooperating. There's a burnt, crispy cookie smell, but like overly burnt, like burnt. Cajun. No, I don't like it on my skin. I like it more on paper. I don't love it on skin. Let's try finally Embrace. I like this. Classic, gentleman, clean, oak moss, cedar, lavender, shaving foam, herbal, powerful, mature, a man with wisdom and thought, and maybe that's where this is coming on because he's like schooling a youth. That's what I'm getting from this fragrance. Like, that's probably the most symbolic when the dude is kind of like this, unless there's some weird Illuminati shit or I'm missing it all. It feels like a dude who's passing on information, like an elderly person that you gotta just shut the fuck up and listen to, and he's really trying to speak that shit to you. That's what I'm getting out of this fragrance. It's not panty dropping, but it's very classic. So for me, these two, but Raw Human definitely being the better option in my opinion, are the only ones that are worth anything. Initially, this one, Vintage Radio, for me and my taste, beats the dog shit out of all of them. But yeah, the Raw Human would be a strong, slightly distant second place, followed by Embrace, and the other ones are just very confusing. I don't know what the story behind them is. The presentations are sick, but I honestly can't stand behind you blowing the bag like I did. It was blowing the bag is an overstatement, but Vintage Radio and Raw Human really are the only ones. There's probably a couple of others, but it's not making me enthusiastic to smell the other joints. It's kind of a fucking Debbie Downer. It knocked like my drunkenness down like 10%. It's bullshit. I love y'all mother suckers from the heart. Have you smelled any others of this Lattafa Pride or whatever this line is called? I keep calling it Lattafa Pride, but I think a bunch of shit says Lattafa Pride. Let me know what other fragrance from this line that I didn't mention in this video that might potentially be better and bring me to that Vintage Radio format, because right now, this shit's a dud. I love y'all mother suckers from the heart. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all just next time. You know who it is, biggest in the game. Smooch.
But he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense, you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would.